Hi, Kevin.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Can I not be on YouTube?
Sure, that's fine. How old are you?
I'm 23.
23 years old. All
Yeah.
right. So, what do you have on the subject?
So I will say I do agree with you on your question of what do women have to offer. I agree that oftentimes there's not much to offer to men, but I do have a question. So I am a virgin, and my question is, I've had a hard time finding men, not even just high value men, but like men in general who will even be interested because of the fact that I am a virgin. So my question is it impossible for me?
No. You're a virgin on what grounds? On what reason?
I just want to wait till I'm married.
Okay.
I think that's just something I want to give.
That's fine. Time. That's fine. Were you raised with your mother and father in the household?
Yes.
Your mother and father are married?
Yes, they are.
Are you a Christian?
I am.
Is your father actively helping you sort or vet these men? Nope.
No.
Then that's why you can't find anybody. I'm gonna say this to all you women. You always ask, why can't I find a man under these conditions when you're not working with the men?
That's true.
You think you're not going to be able to go out here on a dating market where sex happens before dates. So my question is, why are you not working with your father and the men of the church?
Yeah, you're right.
I know, but I'm asking why.
So my parents are like really strict. They really don't even want me to be dating.
Your parents are strict. They don't want you to be married?
Well, no, they do want me to. They do want me to.
So your parents want you to be married. They don't want you to be out here dating.
Yeah.
Then why aren't you working with your parents on finding a husband? Why aren't you working with your father on finding a husband? Be honest. Rebellious daughter. So no, you can't. So yes, your situation is impossible. Yep. Because you're in rebellion. Yep. And it should be.
Okay. Well, I guess I will take your advice.
Well, there's no advice, ma'am. It's like, look, if your mother and your father has raised you to protect your chastity, but that has to do with some sort of foundational reasons, religious or otherwise, then he also needs to be helping you get in front of the kind of men that he would want you to be married to. You can't be in charge of this.
Yeah.
The reality is most women don't like the men that their fathers pick, because he's going to pick something that you don't like. He's going to give you liver and onions and Brussels sprouts, and you want a cheeseburger and fries. Guess what a cheeseburger and fries makes you? Fat? Right.
Yeah.
You heard it, folks. They want a meal to taste good. This is why I mean, women like yourself want men who are loyal, alpha males, productive, attractive, age appropriate, all this Disney fantasy stuff. What if your husband is 40 years old? And her face just went like, you don't get to make those choices. That's the problem. We don't talk about age gap dating in our community. Our women want to date men roughly around the same age, but they want you to produce like a man 20 years older. You can't say, go ahead. If I'm say something.
So I agree. Like what you just said about the age gap thing.
Yeah, right.
I feel like I always said my highest I would date would be 5 years older than me. So
go ahead and have sex. Get it out of the way. Go ahead and have sex and get out of here on the cock carousel and just go ahead and waste your youth. Go ahead. You might as well. 5 years? Okay, so you want a man who's going to be 5 years old. So that's going to be 28 years old. And you want a 28-year-old man who's going to be, what, a virgin too?
Well, I'm not that.
Yes or no?
No, he doesn't have to be.
Okay. Do you want children?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. How many would you like to have?
Either 2 or 3.
2 or 3. What state do you live in?
Georgia.
Right. Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant with your first child?
Yeah.
You do want to have to work to pay significant bills.
I mean, I don't want to have to.
Oh, that's what I asked. Do you want to have to work? That's not. I don't leave any gray area. I ask this question specifically.
Okay. No.
Right. What percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime? Rain, sleet, shine. That's what you want to be responsible for until the day you die.
Maybe 40%.
40%. That means if you don't work, the family falls apart.
Yeah.
You want to have to be responsible for 40%. Ma'am, I'm not asking, I'm not playing games. I'm serious. 40%. That means you have to work for the rest of your life until you reach retirement. You can't take off. There's no maternity leaves, and you got to do it. Rain, sleet, shine.
Yeah.
You want to be responsible for 40%. Another problem with today's modern women, they won't be honest. They say what they think you want to hear or what sounds good. Well, you can't get anywhere if you build off a lie. Just tell the truth, man.
Okay, no, I don't want to. I mean, I would prefer my husband work and I, take care of the household. Right. You want to be a housewife. Why is that so hard to say? Well, because I also don't mind,
Okay, ma'am, if you don't get married, what percentage of your overall financial load are you going to have to be responsible for a lifetime?
If I don't get married, 100%.
Right. So if you do get married, what percentage do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime? This is why our women can't get married, because they don't even think like wives. Look at this. That's a very simple binary equation. 100% if I don't get married, and if I do get married, the reality is you don't want to have to be responsible for really anything, but then you want to say, I don't want a high value man because I don't want you. Answer the freaking question.
Yeah. Then I would say not more than 30%.
Not more than 30%. That's okay. Give me the number, ma'am. It's ballpark.
You mean money?
Yes, ma'am. Overall financial load. If you don't get married, you got to pay 100% everything.
Right.
How much? If you want 3 kids in Georgia, that means to have a middle class lifestyle, you're going to have to make around $300,000.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to be responsible for what percentage of that 300,000?
Okay. I would say 80,000.
What's your degree in?
Nursing.
Who's going to raise your children? Well, I mean, I know if you're making $80,000 a year, ma'am, you're putting in a lot of hours. That means your kids are going to be raised by daycare.
Yeah.
See, too many of our women want money and a higher standard of living versus downsizing and living on what your husband can afford. If you marry a man that's making $75,000 a year, you live in that $75,000 a year lifestyle. But you want these grandiose things, and then when someone comes to you and asks you numbers, you start beatboxing and breathing hard. This is why you end up with nothing. Now, understand, this all started with this woman talking about being a virgin and dating, but listen where we are. You won't even be honest. You won't be honest that you want a lifestyle. And like it or not, man, you still want a high value man, because if you're responsible for 80, he still got to come with 220 for 3 kids. Unless you want to let's be realistic, dude. Would you want to be married to a man making $80,000 a year with 3 kids? Yes, no. Yes, no.
No.
Thank you. Thank you. Then, so basically, 85% of the men in our community aren't even qualified for you. You're insane. Buy a dog. It's not about being a virgin. And you guys may think it's cruel the way I do this, but it needs to be said just this way. Because it's life, and we play too much as a community. We sit around and let these women just talk like those young ladies I went out to, just nothing in reality. $80,000 a year, which is more, double what the average black man makes. And I want you to go in the chat room and look at all the men and like, damn. What does your father do for a living?
He's an engineer.
How long your parents been married?
25 years.
What age did she marry your father?
What year or age?
Age.
I believe 32.
This is why it's so important to sit down and talk. This is why it's so important for us as parents. I'll get to you next, Brandy. We got to start talking about relationships. Because you obviously have not sat down and talked to your mother and father about dating, any of this stuff. So you're just making it all up. And you're wrong about it all. Versus understanding how young, how old they were, how they started out, how they had to do it. All you know is your father makes this, your mother did that, and you're judging a life at the end, and there's no path. But young lady, your standards are extraordinarily high.